going on, guys? This video is going to be about polyurethane bushing install. I've already done it, and I just kind of wanted to make the intro after so I can give a recap. Some things I wanted to go over is, first off, putting in the bushings. Along with, I wanted to give a very detailed description of where exactly each bushing is. I've seen other videos where it just seems that they kind of just point at them, but they don't really exactly show you where they're at. Another thing I want to do is be able to actually show which I will, I'll show you a picture of the actual instructions that came along with my bushing kit, which was from Energy Suspension, which they do a really good job, but I just want to give you all a visual of that. It's also something I came across and something you all probably will too if you're watching this, is the cage nuts are spinning. They're just spinning in there. So I just wanted to be able to show you how I went about doing it, and that being said, it's not exactly the right way to do it, but it's a way that worked for me. I ended up cutting into the metal, which you have to do. It might not be the prettiest way I did it, but it does work. And I got those all torqued down. The torque specs for all of these, by the way, is 35 foot-pounds. I read anywhere from 30 to 40, so I just went into between. Along the way, I'll just give kind of simple tips that'll hopefully help you all out visualize and see where everything's at, what's included with the kit. So with that, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do with these body bushings is I want to try and get to the main issues I'm having, which is that all of my bolts are just spinning inside there into the cage nut, and I've looked everywhere and they all say you gotta pretty much cut into the floor pan, so that's what we're back here for. We're looking to see what's usable. This is kind of the first time I'm peeling up all of this. I've already kind of looked under the mat about 5 minutes ago, so it's not good, but just to show you all what I'm dealing with. It's very rusty, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be, to be honest. Sharp. Oh gosh. Golly. It's not so bad. I'm underneath the frame of the car now, and I'm trying to locate the passenger side bushings first. I think I'm going to start on this side. Should do one side at a time first, one bushing at a time first. So right now this one back here is loosened, but it won't come out any further. The nut on top is broke, so I'll have to cut into the floor pan on there. The second one, so here's this one, the back one. And you follow it down, it's not too far ahead. The second one is this one right here. This one, you can kind of see maybe if it'll focus. You can see it in the corner down there. This one is the one that I'm working on now, and so far it seems to be coming out. There we go. This bolt is definitely not old. I previously attempted to do this when I first was into this car, and as you can see, I kind of gave up. This is the old bushing. So, not the worst I've seen, but it's definitely done. What else is in there? What else are we pulling out? This is definitely not good. Whatever that is. So now that this is completely undone, all we'll have to do is come over right here. We just lift the car up slightly, and then pull this one out, and then put a new one in. So the third one from the back is right here underneath the rear quarter window, and it's perfectly right here on top of my exhaust. That way it can't be replaced. So if you ever want side pipes, make sure that when you install them, to put them right below your body bushing mounts. Okay, so we are back at the exhaust bushing. I loosened the exhaust up so I can just move it out of the way. Upon further inspection, there actually isn't even a bolt in here, so I guess that's easy. Once again, I did this when I was like 16, which was like 15 million years ago, so I've definitely made a lot of mistakes that were really stupid. All right, so the next bushing that we have here is one right here, just to continue along the frame rail, so not too far from the third one. So this will be the fourth one from the back. It does have a bolt on there, so we'll go ahead and knock this thing off. So I finished pulling this bushing out, and sure enough, it's wrong again. This is what came out, which is a normal bushing, not the underside bushing. Oh man, I really didn't understand it. So the next bolt is right here where the quarter panel starts. Right here on the car. Come down right below the fender, and it's right in here. This one's kind of the most annoying because you have to take apart your inner fender to get to the top nut. Also, fun fact, once again, stories from when I was 16. Apparently, I thought that a 5/8 wasn't good enough like the rest of these, and instead I put a 3/4 bolt for my main body mount here. I don't understand once again. Okay, so I had to take out my inner fender, but I was able to get to the bolt, which is right there, follow the frame, and where it meets this part of the car. And that's where the bushing's at. Followed it down here. It's right here, right in that main hole. So that's how you get to that one. All right, so the last one for this passenger side of the bushings of this car is the radiator support right here. So I'm just gonna pop this one off. After that, then I'll loosen the other side and then jack up the side, and I should be able to put all of them on. So I got this one done. Now I'm gonna work on the other side. Alright guys, so it's a new day, and I've been working on, I actually only had two bolts that I need to kind of cut into to find, and I kind of guessed where they were at. I took a huge hole, which probably wasn't a good idea, but this is where it came out of. So it's just right here, it's enclosed, and you have to cut into it to get to it, and it has a cage nut, and you just gotta break that off and then undo it from there, and it is located right here. If you follow, you can kind of see the indentation of the rail, of the frame rail, so hopefully that's helpful. Okay, so I got my jack out and I got a 2x4. I just sketchily put on there, that's how you want it. And started jacking up the car. First the frame really wasn't separated, but then I kept jacking it up and it finally started to. So here's the second one. The first one's back here. I think I'm gonna have to jack this up separately because it's, oh no, I can still kind of get to it. You see it there with this exhaust thing in the way. There we go. Anyways, it's that one, follow it down. And this one, this one's really easy to get out. You can see here, it's not the worst, but definitely needs to be replaced. Cool. Wow, look at that, that's really cool. It says Chevrolet on it. It's really cool. All right, let's keep going. So here's the old bushings. So far, this is the back two of the car. And here are the ones I'll be replacing it. This is the back one. And then this one is the one after. So there's be probably a little bit of a height increase, which is not exactly what I want. Here we go. Looking at the instructions here, you can just follow what it says. Put the metal ring in, and then the bushing. Mother of pearl. Okay, now we're inside the car where there's less wind. Okay, so we have the bushing here, and if you follow the number 7, so it'd be the metal, the bushing, then this little plastic ring, or rubber ring, excuse me, the washer, the other washer, and then the bolt. So you just kind of squish that in, follow the instructions here, you should be good to go. So I have the back one here in, right here. Then just follow the frame rail. I have this one right here. Then you go around up into the wheel well here, and this is the one that I'm kind of confused about. But if you look back right there, there is like a hole, and I assume that that's where it goes, considering it can't really go anywhere up here. I think, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it's in that one. The diagram kind of tells you, hints at where it's at. Continue going down. This is one above the exhaust, right there. All right, so I got the one installed here. Kind of see it. This one's just bushing by itself, nothing really else to it. Although I did have a bolt that was in this one, so I'm going to use an older bolt and see if it'll work and fit in there and clamp it down with kind of just some washers and stuff. It wasn't really included in the kit. They sell you a supplementary kit that says if you need the hardware, but it's another $70, which I don't actually understand. So I'm just going to use a makeshift bolt and it'll be good enough. So moving along, we have the main firewall bushing here. I figured out what the word's called again. And then moving on even further, we have the end bolt, which is the radiator support bushing and stuff right here. Alright guys, so we're just finishing up now. I've tightened up all down, all the bolts that I need. Now we're just going to put the fenders back together and exhaust back on, and then we should be good to go.